What I'm about to tell you is a top secret used by all the millionaires, and you'll probably never hear about this because they don't want you to know about this. We need slave. What it is, the term is called aura. I've done intense research on this and studied it from the core. Because when I was listening to all the motivational content, I've realized this motivational content is not taking me where I want to go. There is something just wrong. Yeah, I get the dopamine, but I never really achieved anything. I was listening to endless motivational videos, like from Hamza, from like anybody, like anything I could grab, just like a thirsty person, like constantly chasing motivational video to hype me up. And I sit down one day and I've realized, okay, I've listened to all this motivational content and all my motivation were just disappearing for some reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I in the morning you would watch some content, right? I would get hyped up and I would start work, and then all of a sudden you're distracted by this and that, and then the next thing you know you're chasing it again. And by watching this, you're actually contradicting your own belief with others' opinions. I've studied it from the core. I sit down for a couple of days. I was doing kind of like a meditation with all this motivational content. I've realized that there is a deeper truth than this motivational content, which nobody in the internet talks about. It's called aura. What aura is, basically, it's self-belief. You can read thousands of motivational videos every single day, but if your inner state has a lack, like your body resists to overflow of money or your body resistance, you will simply not have it. You have two different sides. Motivational content is something that you are taking in inside your brain, right? But if your body has a signal, remember guys, our whole, when you have you ever had a feeling when you go to swimming pool or something, you're touching something, the like the door or anything. If you go to university here on the school and then you're pushing the door, there is handlebars with steels in North America, and then you feel the electricity sometimes. That's how you know that our body has electric signal. So all the motivation you're taking, but your internal signal has a lack that, oh, I still not have it. That motivational content simply will not work. It's not about discipline, it's not about motivation, none of these things. It's your state of belief. You have to influence your inner state, which almost nobody in the internet talks about. That's how I have made my first hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay? And you also have to kind of ask yourself, you've been watching this motivational content every single day. The dopamine lasts for, let's say, 6 hours, 5 hours, and then you're back to the bullshit again. And you've been living this life, and how many times have you actually thought to start a business after watching this motivational video? You get hyped up. Even myself, I would get hyped up and I would say, okay, so this is time to go, and I would start typing in stuff and this, and then the next thing you know, that all your time is gone. All your time is gone, but you're back to the normal again. It's because your inner state has not been influenced with what you're creating. There is a mismatch. You're a receiver and sending signal. You're receiving signal, and your inner signal is not capable of handling the receiving signal. That's why you have to work on yourself. That's why I'm here, right? This is almost nobody in the internet talks about. Having your inner self washed away, because every time you watch porn, Every time you trying to chase something, you come from a place of lack. And you've been chasing all this money, chasing all these girls, but you're actually not going anywhere. It's because your inner place is not able to receive. And there is a way when your inner state, when you change your inner state, and you think that you have thousands of dollars, you just think it's all about what you believe in yourself, even though if you don't have it. All right, that's how you do it. I'm just giving you the secret sauce. Trust me on this one. If you just do this, your whole entire life will change. Your entire life will change if you just listen to what I'm about to say right now. Your internal self is something that you need to work on, because it already knows. You already know yourself. Now, I'm going to go very slow because this is a very deep conversation. And it's only all the people who is following my channel will be able to find something after watching a couple of my videos. They'll be able to understand themselves, understand their inner self. Because if you don't understand your inner self yet, which 99.9% of the person don't know and understand, now you might tell me I do, but why your life is shit. You gotta ask yourself this. You don't know your inner self. Most of us people don't get rich because of this arrogance. They think they knows everything. That's the problem. I used to be the same guy too. Just to give you an example, I was in the what is it called, in a park today, right? And I'm sitting in a bench just by myself. Nobody's seeing me. It's a bit far and I can see the street. Everybody with some girls or with their friends, everybody's trying to show constantly that, look, I have this girlfriend. And then and he would come with this girl, they would try to kiss in front of me, show me that, oh, I have a girlfriend, you're just sitting by yourself. These 99% of the people are in the reaction state. All the people I was seeing, I didn't even see a single person who was not in a chasing state. Everybody was in a chasing state. Everybody was in validation state. You can say it, and you can see it in people's eyes, just the way the Matrix does in the Matrix movie. You would only be able to see these things when you know yourself. No sun without the moon. No dark without the light. When I found my light, I was able to see the lack in myself and in the other people. And I was just sitting by myself, calm. I'm in a park bench. If not a single person wasn't, I could see it. I could see through people. Everybody was in a constant state of validation and what other people are thinking. You could see when you could look at people's eye, and most of you are not even able to look at people's eye, but I can, because I have built up that stamina. I can see through people's eyes. I can see through people's behavior, whether they're coming from abundance mindset or chasing mindsets. Most of them are in chasing mindset and validation mindsets, 99% of the people. And the only way to break free of this, just like I do, is to know an understanding of your inner self. And let me tell you, I'm just gonna give you one secret sauce in this video, and I want you to internalize it, because if I can give you lots of suggestions and stuff, as you know that these things doesn't really work. We're getting bombarded by all this information, so it needs to be one single information at a time so you can actually absorb it. It's called aura training. You can train your aura. How? Before you go out of your comfort zone, your house, you don't watch any motivational content. You talk to yourself. What do you say? You say, I have $100,000 in my bank account. I believe it. I live it. I can build. You have to build the stamina of penetrating your brain by yourself and not by anybody else. You have to have your own influence. You cannot be influenced by other people. Remember, that's a slavery again. I can influence myself. I think I have $100,000, and all of a sudden, I get energy, and when I go up, my head is up because I know that if something happens, I can take care of this. I can get a lawyer, I can do whatever. I'm not gonna choose to be in constant chasing straits. I have mental sharpness, I have clarity, and I can get anything I possibly want in this life because I believe I can do absolutely anything. Like I can tell you can make $1 million, but if you don't believe in it, if you don't believe in this in your heart, you will not be able to do this. And when I think, that's the funny part, when I think that I have hundreds of thousands of dollars and I go out, I radiate a frequency that people understand it. Trust me on this. When I have these thoughts of I make $100,000 and I go out, people feel it. It's because what you believe, you express. When you see a guy is keeping their head down, I can tell if this guy is watching porn or something else because the way he's reacting. I can see through people's eye because I know how to. I understand the human mind. I understand how the human mind works, what's causing them of putting their head down, because everybody's radiating frequency, and you can see through their frequency. I can see through their frequency of what kind of frequency, that if you're keeping your head down, or if you're just shaking, or if you're just doing this, or if you're just doing this, I can see through every single person of exactly what. If we do a one-on-one conversation, I'll be able to tell you what kind of person you are, and trust me, I'll be right. I would be able to tell you whether you're watching porn. I'd be able to tell you what your mindset looked like, whether are coming from a lack. I could say just by observing you what you're thinking, and that's how we can actually have a one-on-one conversation probably later sometimes. Right now I'm kind of busy with other stuff, but when I do create the course, you will have the opportunities to come and have a one-on-one conversation, and I can change your entire trajectory in probably in 6 months. It usually does takes time. In 6 months, I can change your whole entirety, not by giving you motivational video, but by sitting with you and working with your inner self, because it's all about your inner belief, your inner work, which is a certain way of frequency playing and games in this universe. Okay, so we have to do it one step at a time. We first need to sit down, understand you, and when I understand you, I'll be able to see through you, and I'll be able to work on your abilities to actually change the whole flip. Remember, these things, what you have built right now, has been built after years and years of fitting your default system and all this kind of stuff. So it's not going to change one day, but you can absolutely influence your inner belief, and you can wash your inner belief, and you can become a dangerous person, and you can conquer and conquest absolutely anything. You can influence absolutely anything in this world. So you can have millions of thousands of dollars, and you can have your parents to go to all the private clinics. Like you can fly over to like France, you can fly over to United States, anywhere in the world, whenever you want, because there are people out there who have done it. I have a mastermind for myself. So you can absolutely achieve anything, and trust me on that. I believe more in yourself than you believe in yourself, because I know what each person is capable of. It's just that your brain has been washed with social media. Your brain has been, and has all this like dirty stuff in your brain, is because every time you watch porn, every time you watch other people, every time you create this content, and every time you create these negative thoughts, it creates a lots of disasters into your fucking brain. So you gotta clear that up. We gotta first clear that up, because that mindset will never form If you come from a lack, if you come from those kind of negative thoughts, you'll not be, as I said, yin. There is a reason why the Chinese draw a yin and yang. There is a reason why there is a positive and negative, otherwise the electricity will not occur. And your whole body is electricity. There is a reason why there is a moon and the sun. So everything, all the answers in our life already have it in nature. And one of the other secret sauce I'll give you right now that has been created by the society is that you need to sleep more. Trust me on this one. The company, when I created, I didn't sleep for 3 nights, and in 3 nights I built the entire company. It's because the momentum effect. When you sleep, you know how there is a different levels of when you first 2 hours, second 2 hours, and third 2 hours of your sleep, you get the REM state. The same way with the work. When you focus on one thing, if you focus, say, okay, I'm gonna do like probably create one aspects of it today. Tomorrow I'm gonna be creating like other half. The other day will be other half. If you create this, and the next thing you know, you never really created your company in the first place. It's because when you sleep today, you have done probably 8 hours of work, and you sleep, you basically reset your whole momentum cycle. So when you work on the same project next day, you don't feel the same motivation, and most of the time that's how most of you quit. I started a lot of company before. I tried, I never really finished any one of them. Now I have this backpacklink.com where I sell ASIM. I've created that entire company in 3 nights. In 3 nights, trust me. And it only happened is because, as I said, the momentum. I slept only 2 to 3 hours because in my brain all my sleep was interrupted until I finished this. Because when you sleep for 8 hours and work for 8 hours, you're kind of resetting yourself, so you're not actually in proper momentum in anything. You would rather have to work, and you would also see this thing apply to all the CEO. Our first point of this video, that not a lot of people tell you what actually successful people. They just give you motivation, but they don't tell you the real truth. Is the momentum. This is another part where they don't sleep. The founder of like the Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg, if you've seen the movie of the Mark Zuckerberg, the social media, he didn't sleep. He was just like creating, just doing the code, and he would fall asleep in the chair, and then he would drink Coke and stuff, and then he would go like work on again, and then bam, he would finish it, Coca-Cola and stuff, right? And then he would because it's that you need that momentum, because when you sleep you get rid of this momentum. It's all about frequency. That frequency get resets. So we need to have to work with your inner frequency, which is your aura. And follow me for more, because these are the contents, are very secret content, and I'm giving out for free. You'll not hear them, and the motivational system doesn't work. If it would have worked, then you could have been a millionaire watching all this motivational content you have already watched. Trust me on this one. Soon we'll have a one-on-one conversation, and I could see through you. I'd be able to see through you and tell you exactly what you're lacking, and we'd be able to work on that as well. Hope this video gave you lots of informations. Like, I wanted to give you very less, but still, the conversation can just go on and go on and go on. But what I'll tell you is that don't chase, become the magnet and attract everything in your life. You can have a beautiful life with beautiful kids and beautiful children and beautiful lots of money and lifestyle, and going to different places, going to always have a great time and have the mental peace, have the freedom. You can have all these things in life because other people are already having it. They just don't tell you what it is. And it's certainly not motivation. It's the aura training. Hope to see you soon. Again, my name is Didier, and follow me for more, and I can genuinely help you to build a lifestyle that you could ever think about when we have the one-on-one conversation, because this could be very generic. Yet it's full of informations, like the curated great informations. But we'll have one-on-one conversation where we'll be able to talk more. Be magnetic, my friend. Don't chase.